Reddit, most complimented fragrances of the year, 2022. Right now, let's go. All right, people, here we go. We're gonna jump right in. I gotta make it known. I know it's old hat, but I don't really care about compliments, but I know a lot of you do. And a lot of people actually base whether or not they'll purchase a fragrance on whether or not other people have gotten compliments. I cannot wrap my mind around that, but there's an old song by a group called Faith, Hope, and Charity. I'm just gonna drop it on you.
To each his own.
Hey, but I'm not throwing any shade. People are different. If that's what floats your boat,
Sail on, sail on, sailor.
Sail on, sailor. All right, and coming in at number 28, 28th most complimented, me and Sarah, Wild Candy. We're gonna move through these quickly. If there were any outstanding, because most of the time, people just say, hey, you smell good. And the higher number of people that compliment me, the higher the fragrance will go in the ranking. And of course, other things go into play, like the intensity of the compliments, because sometimes people lose their minds, which has happened with a few of these fragrances. But anyway, cut and dry, this was the 28th most complimented. All right, moving on. Number 27. This is coming out of the house of Parfum. And for those of you who know me, and you know that I talk about my wife because she absolutely can't stand fragrances, wants nothing to do with them. Usually she doesn't say anything. But this, from Parfum, she complimented me. That is called Vol de Rondelle. Really citrusy fragrance right here. Wicked, wicked powerful. So if you're thinking that, you know, citrus fragrances can't be powerful, you're looking at a fragrance that's gonna mush that sentiment right in your face. Vol de Rondelle, 27. Next is 26. People love this on me too. It's very unique. It is Opus X from Amouage. All right. Like I said before, whenever I feature this, two different types of roses, varnish accord. It's just really, really different. But make no mistake about it. The rose in here is otherworldly. Once again, Opus 10. Moving on to number 25. And this is coming out of the house of Mimo. Everybody loves this on me, and it's called African Leather. Beautiful friggin' fragrance right here. Beautiful. Moving on. Next is from the house of Mancera, the all-powerful Red Tobacco. Tobacco fragrances in general get an absolute crap ton of compliments. This is no exception. Red Tobacco is very much complimented. We are moving on. Next, Profumum Roma. This is one of the greatest vanilla scents on the planet. Dare I say, probably top 2 of all time. Vanitas. If you like vanilla, you are going to flip over this fragrance. And it is powerful. Like practically every fragrance from this house, all you need, 2 or 3 sprays and you're good to go. Any more than that, people start dying around you. This is incredible. Vanitas. Next, I am on number 22, and this is coming out of the house of Jusbox. This is called Cheeky Smile. All right, I featured this fragrance in one of my prior videos. This is a sweeter version, much sweeter version of Baccarat Rouge 540. All right, Cheeky Smile Jusbox. People love that on me. Coming in at number 21, the Strawberry Shortcake. Mukhalat. Strawberry shortcake with candied almonds. Absolutely incredible. Mukhalat. Next, most complimented is coming out of the house of Amouage. And this is called Overture. Brand new to my collection. Absolutely stunning fragrance, and people flip over this. And by the way, again, my wife, who you know cares nothing about fragrances, when she smelled that, she was like, okay, that's a wrap. Loved it. All right, moving on to number 19. This is from the House of Fragrance Dubois. The very expensive, I mean ridiculously expensive, Oud Orange Intense. Did get compliments because people love this fragrance on me. It is an absolutely incredible fragrance. All you get, citruses and oud, among other things, but those are the standouts. And when I say standout, I am not just whistling Dixie. This fragrance is incredible. Once again, Oud Orange Intense. And now we move to number 18. Beat Cafe. Beat Cafe is a very boozy fragrance. One standout compliment, I took the comforter from our bed down to the cleaners. The guy at the cash register, who I believe was one of the owners, he said, wow, your cologne smells really good. And he was right. Beat Cafe is a monster. Moving on. Getting through these quickly. Moving on to number 17. This is coming out of the house of Mona Diorio. Vanille. Really spicy vanilla right here. Absolutely incredible. And it was complimented. Next up is number 16. And this is coming out of the house of Unique Luxury. And it's called Beverly Hills Exclusive. This is a really nice fragrance. Compliments a go-go with this one. Flippin' stunning. Once again, Beverly Hills Exclusive. And now we're moving on to number 15. Honey Oud. That one was a monster back in the day. When it first came out, everybody and their Uncle Louie was trying to get their hands on it because it is that good. I still rock this fragrance and everybody loves it on me. Once again, Honey Oud. We are moving on. And we're moving on to number 14. And this is coming out of the house of Mancera. This is one of, you know what? I think I'm going to do one of my future videos. I think I'm going to do a most complimented just from the house of Mancera. If and when I do that, this one is going to come in really high in the rankings because this is easily one of the most complimented fragrances from Mancera, and it is Aoud Cafe. What's in the name, people? Oud and coffee. Standout compliments. I was in Panera. I take notes, people. I do. I take notes for some of the standouts. I was in Panera, and I went up to the counter in the morning to get my bagel and smoothie, and the girl in there at the cash register was like, wow, your cologne is incredible. What are you wearing? Of course, I told her. Fell in love with it. I don't know if she's going to get it for her boyfriend or even for herself. Doesn't matter. What I do know is this is one of the most complimented fragrances from Mancera. Once again, Aoud Cafe. Moving on. Next up is 13. Fate from Amouage. Okay, everybody who knows this fragrance knows that it's lit with cumin, and people have a love-hate relationship with that, and I get it. But whatever this is mixed with, trust and believe, it is not your typical cumin that's gonna smell funky and underarmy.
That's not even a word!
Nope, not even close. This is a beautiful, spicy fragrance, and that's why one of the girls I work with was like, as usual, you smell amazing today. She said that several times because every time she comes into my office for help, she'll tell me how amazing I smell. She's right. Fate Man is a monster. And that's why it came in at number 13. Moving on to number 12. Number 12 is coming out of the house of Mancera. Amber Fever. Yep, people flip over that. This is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. And it's not a wonder why people lose their minds over it. Amber Fever is a compliment monster. So if that's what you're into, jump on it. You won't be sorry. Moving on. Number 11 is coming out of the house of Montal. Once again, one of my favorite houses. This is a monstrosity. Okay? One spray alone will get you through the day. I am not joking. This is a very powerful, spicy rose fragrance with just a beautiful, smooth type of oud. Man, you gotta smell this to believe it. If you don't know about this fragrance, you have no idea what you're missing. If you like them powerful, leap on it. Here we go, cracking the top 10. 10th most complimented. This is coming from the house of Paris Monte Carlo, and this is called Bois d'Oud. Standout compliment, because again, I take notes. I was leaving my office. I was outside the building. I was walking to my car, and there were two teachers walking behind me, and one of them was like, oh wow, he smells really good. I can smell his awesome cologne. And I literally was probably maybe 15 feet ahead of them. I wouldn't be surprised if, they meant for me to hear it, but it doesn't matter, because all I do is take notes and drop it on you guys. One of the most complimented this year, once again from Paris Monte Carlo, Bois d'Oud. And now we move to number 9. 9th most complimented fragrance, 2022. And this is coming out of the house of Amouage. Material. Animalic monstrosity. Okay, so for everybody, because I know there are a few people out there who, talk down on Amouage fragrances, niche fragrances, specifically oud or animalic fragrances. Yeah, guys, I don't know what it is. I mean, maybe you're just buying the wrong shit, because I am getting absolutely lit with compliments with every single one of these fragrances. Guys, there's no exaggeration. I don't get into that crap. I'm too friggin' old. I'm just giving it to you guys because you guys like compliments, and that's it, and that's all. Once again, material. Moving on to the 8th most complimented. It looks like we have kind of a theme here, guys. Tobacco and coffee and oud all get crazy lit with compliments. This is Ristretto Intense Cafe from Montal. People love this on me. If you love the smell of coffee with, beautiful roses and sweet vanilla, you're gonna love this. If you have not smelled this fragrance and you like the smell of coffee, jump on it. Moving on. Coming in at number 7. I very much love this fragrance. This is coming out of the house of Jovoy, and this is Psychedelique. Standout compliment here. I was at the gym, of all places, because you know me. If you don't know me, now you know.
And if you don't know, now you know.
I wear fragrances 24/7. I have to smell good every single minute of every single day. That is a must. No exceptions. If you are around me, you're gonna smell me, okay? Bottom line, I'm gonna smell good 24/7. That means I'm wearing fragrance to the gym, I'm wearing fragrance to the office, and I'm wearing fragrance to bed. Every time I'm breathing, I'm smelling good. Anyway, I was leaving the gym because I wore this fragrance to the gym, and some older guy, probably was in his 60s. He left the gym just before I did. He held the door for me. I walked by him, I thanked him for holding the door, and as I was walking away, he goes, man, I don't know what cologne you're wearing, but it smells really good. Psychedelique. Moving on. 6th most complimented, from the house of Electimus. Quickly becoming one of my favorites, Imperium. All right? This is a smoker right here. Absolutely stunning fragrance. Standout compliment. I remember the standout ones. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Guardians of the Galaxy. Well, I live in Orlando, like a 15-minute drive away from Walt Disney World. And I was in Epcot, and I went to ride the Guardians of the Galaxy, which is a really awesome dark ride roller coaster. And I was in front of these girls. One of them was like, oh my God, something smells really amazing in here right now. And the other girl standing next to her was like, I think it's the guy in front of us. I think it's his cologne. All I did was smirk all the way to the queue, because all they kept doing was throwing compliments at me, not directly toward me, but they were saying it to each other about how good I smelled. And all I was doing was smiling and giggling, because this fragrance right here, people, is a friggin' compliment monster. You want to smell really good, jump on it. Once again, Imperium. And now, my 5th most complimented. This is another standout. This is coming from the house of 4162 Days, and it's called the Dark Heart of Old Havana. Okay, game night. All right. next door neighbors came over to my house. We did a barbecue, we had some food, and we played, board games because I love doing that. And they smelled this fragrance and they literally lost their minds. 2 people wrote down the name of this fragrance. 2 of my neighbors. They had to have it. This is a beautiful cherry tobacco fragrance that is just gonna knock the socks off your feet. You don't hear a lot about 4160 Tuesdays because although it is a niche house, I think it's more indie than niche. Either way, the fragrance is phenomenal. If you like beautiful, unsmoked pipe tobacco, jump on this. People lost it. I actually had my neighbors spray it on their skin because I don't mind, you know what I mean? I know, these niche fragrances are expensive. Actually, this one isn't, but most niche fragrances are expensive. If you want to wear it, I'll spray it on you. I don't care. You want to get, the lay of the land and you want to, you want to smell good and maybe you want to buy it for yourself or your significant other, I have no problem with it. But they love this fragrance. Absolutely stunning. Dark Heart of Old Havana. All right, moving on. Now, this is another one that people will tell you, according to some of these boots, oud fragrances never get compliments. They stink. They smell barnyardy.
Oh, yeah? That's what you think.
Yeah, right, buddy. And that's why this fragrance right here was the 4th most complimented of the whole year. It is from Nepal and it is Nepal Aoud. It's flipping amazing. Really hardcore oud, saffron, a little bit of leather. I mean, the stuff is just phenomenal. 4th most complimented, Nepal Aoud. This is from Jusbox. This is black powder. I don't even know how to describe that. I can't explain it. All I can tell you is it is a huge compliment getter. Man, people love this. It is dark, it is mysterious, it is potent, and very powdery. Once again, black powder. Kalemat black. Every time I feature this fragrance, I always tell the story about how I was one of the first people on the block in the United States to have this fragrance. I heard it got reformulated and is weak now. I don't know whether or not that's true. All I know is I'm glad I have mine. This is a monster. One of my friends, again, for those of you who missed the story, she was over in the UAE and she told me about this fragrance and said, if you love oud fragrances, sweet oud fragrances, you have to get your hands on this. She sent it to me. I paid her for it. Once I cracked it open and sniffed it, it was a friggin' wrap. Been in love ever since. Kalemat black, absolute compliment monster. And that's why it came in at number 2. But number 1, the most complimented fragrance of 2022 is coming out of the house of Royal Crown. This is one of the greatest tobacco fragrances ever. Tabac Royal. Brother, you've not sniffed anything like this. That's all I'm saying. Royal Crown is a crazy expensive house, but I'm telling you now, if you like compliments, if you're one of those people who lives and dies by the compliment, you will not be sorry. And that is 100% guaranteed. This fragrance is incredible. Again, one of the most incredible tobacco fragrances ever. And that's why it was the most complimented. People flipped over this. Tabac Royal. My next review is soon. I am out of here. I'll talk to you later.